how to do poor man's fiberglass. Just on this little test piece. Just bear with me. This is my first one. First tutorial. So you can either use canvas or an old sheet, and I'm sure the end results will be pretty good. But I'm gonna staple this down and then I'll be back. Alright, so I got this all stapled and stretched. You're gonna want to iron it. I'm not gonna iron it just to show, but you're gonna want to start on one end and then stretch it long ways, or vice versa. But make sure it's really tight and flat. So here's the mixture. This is just Titebond glue, just a little bit for this test. And then you're gonna want to get some water, and then do like 3 to 1, maybe, depending on your material. If you're using bed sheets or canvas, you want it kind of liquidy. You're just gonna have to play with it, test it first before you actually do your project. I like the latex, using the latex, because it seemed to hold better, and the glue makes it harder when it dries. You don't want it too liquidy, and you don't want it too thick. I'm just gonna pour that in there and spread it around, just so it soaks through the bed sheet and onto the wood. It's windy right now. The best thing about the glue is that it's a firmer piece when you're done, as to where the latex is. It's a little bit more flexible. The glue tears a lot easier when it's stiffened. But I thought the latex held a lot better than the glue. So there's pros and cons to each one. Try to get it nice and even. When you're done with this too, when it dries, you can take a sandpaper to it and sand it down a little bit, get all the rough edges out of it. And now I just gotta mix up the latex paint, and then I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Don't store your latex paint in a shed, because apparently it dries out. So I'm gonna try this acrylic paint just to show you. Hopefully it works. But let's give it a shot anyway. See, that might be too thick. Might need a little, unless it soaks through the sheet, which it probably will. That's all we want it basically to do, is soak through the sheet, so it can stick to the wood. Oh yeah, it's left, you got the glue water mix, and on the right, you got the acrylic water mix. Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait for this to dry, and then once it dries, you probably won't have to put another coat on, but sometimes it depends. On my canvas, I had to do 2 coats of latex just so it soaked through the canvas. But this stuff, you probably have to do 1. It looks like it's soaking it up pretty good. But this is the best alternative, cheapest way that I found to wrap my trailer. And it wasn't very disappointing. It actually turned out really good. So, test it first, see if you like it, because chances are you might not, you might want to change your mind. But my trailer turned out pretty good. So as soon as it dries, I'll come back. Alright guys, got some surprising results for you. The glue actually did really good with this sheet, so it might be a good option to go with the glue and sheet, but looks pretty good. So now we're going to do a tear test and see how easy it is to pull off. And it's not very easy to pull off with the glue. You hear that? So looks like the glue on that one. And this is that different type of paint, but latex works pretty good. And that just peels right off. So as you can see, if I had latex, it would have worked a lot better. So just try some latex. But that's pretty much it. And then you just give it a good coating of Henry's Liquid Roof and you're good to go. That's pretty on there pretty good. So give it a shot.